Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. My name's Gary McKnight, and I'm the head of practice for Sage here at Thinc. Joining me today is Mark Donaldson from Roveel. Mark, do you want to just introduce yourself and just give us a bit more detail of what the platform can offer?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, as Gary said, I'm Mark Donaldson, CEO of Roveel. So I'm an accountant. It's my background. Founded the business because I spotted that gap of extracting the information out of your ERP system, it generally into Excel, pivoting it and all of that sort of stuff. We integrate with Sage 200, we integrate with Sage 50 and Xero, and we automate the extraction of that information straight from those softwares to an output that makes sense, easy to use, and you don't have to create it yourself.
So this is something that's really non-technical from a user perspective, isn't it, Mark? We don't really need any major knowledge or experience in connecting the data. That really is simple.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of connecting to the data, it takes a minute to register on the site, and then the connection is straightforward. There's no training needed to do it. It's very, very straightforward and easy to use and find the answers that you need. So here we are logged into Roveel. As you say, it's a cloud-based software, which means you can access it anywhere you are. In the world, you can even access it from the beach on your mobile or tablet. What I'm going to focus on today, have a look at the sales overview dashboard, which allows you to drill in to your data. You can drill in by customer, you can drill in by product category and get right down to SKU. So you can select any date range you like over whatever period. So here I've got the last 12 months against the previous 12 months selected. Breaks it down by individual customer. So here we can see that Dynava Limited is 33% up. If I want to understand why they're 33% up, I actually click filter the graph. You can see their trend over the period of time, the blue dots being the previous year, the pink bars being this year. And then it then breaks down for that customer what they've bought in terms of product category, and then right down to individual SKU level, crucially pulling out those products that are up and those products that are down, and those individual categories as well. So for example, here I can see that copy paper is down. If I then click on that, filter for that, that then shows me the trend of sales for copy of paper for that particular customer. So we're 3.5% down. If I want to then look at other customers and aggregate them up, say there's a few companies in the group, I could then add this one, and I'm still filtered for paper, but I'm now looking at these two companies combined. So you can start to slice and dice the data. If you want to just look across the whole of the business, you can untick that customer just by clicking on the graph. And there we go. We also pull out the analysis fields from within Sage as well. So you've got your various different tracking categories or analysis fields inside Sage 50 and 200 and inside Xero. So it pulls out that information. So if you've got those set up as individual reps, for example, so I've got George and Malcolm set up, I could then filter down by across all the products, hit apply. And then we can see how that one particular person's area is performing. So you could do it by geography, you could do it by type of business. There's lots and lots of different options there. Let me take us into the departmental P&L. So one of the little tricks that we do, if you imagine a care home, for example, occupancy rate is a key measure for a care home. Actually getting that information into your software is relatively straightforward. It's a non-financial KPI. You can journal that in to a nominal range outside of your core reporting nominal range, and then you can set that up as a recurring journal. You can set that up as a memorized journal and post that every week or every month, and then we can bespoke these reports to pull that information in and do a KPI report and dashboard over the top. So here we're looking at the departmental P&L, and equally could be cost center P&L from Sage 200. What this automatically does is pulls across all of the departments across the top there. So you can see all of our sales regions are set up as departments, and then breaks out the individual information. So sales, cost of sales, overheads, etc. You can then expand out those particular areas. So if I wanted to look at printing, post and stationery, I can then see individual departmental level. And if you've got a question on a particular information, you can right click, show transactions, and drill right back to the underlying transaction behind it, which obviously means that the end user doesn't need to have access to the front end, which means that they're not going to risk making any changes. It's read only, but the departmental managers can have access to the information that's important to them to do their job.
And also from a user point of view, As they do not need to be a user of the backend Sage system, they don't need to understand the various menu options and features of Sage itself. This is quite literally a web page.
Correct. It's a web page that you can access on your mobile, wherever you are. Yeah. Another popular area that we work with is around the budgeting facility. So we can either pull the budgets from within the software, or we have an import tool as well where we can import the budgets outside straight into Roveel. Here, for example, I've got our budgets loaded in straight through Sage. So you've immediately got the comparison. I know importing departmental budgets in Sage 50, you're not able to do. We can do that ourselves. We can pull the budgets in directly or from the software. So yeah, you can track those variances and do departmental reporting against individual budgets.
Excellent. Because as you can see there, we've got some visualizations of red and green.
So yeah, absolutely. In fact, talking that, we have a visual budget P&L, which it's not tabular at all. It's graphs, it's charts, and it's a real visual representation of where you are at high level sales, GP, EBITDA for the business over time. That's the sort of chart that can head up on a TV screen in an office or be presented in a board meeting.
Going back to the example of businesses that may have representatives out in the road or out in the field, have you got any way of producing customer-specific reporting packs that they could use when visiting customers?
Absolutely. So we've got a customer flash report, which is down here. So this is a list of all the customers here. So you go to A1 Design Services, and that will pull through the information here. So you can put your logo in. So we're in Stationery and Marked here as a demo company. You can put in the customer's logo on there. You can put in their monthly review. I'm going to put April 2025. Call it what you like on there. You can put some commentary on there if you'd like to. You select the date range that you want to pull through, and it will automatically pull that information straight out. So very high level sales information. Gives you the variances, so you can then go and have a meaningful conversation, and then crucially does break it down by individual product category, the variance and the products. So for example, we can see that paper is £1,236 down. I can actually filter on here to give us where those variances are as well. So you could tailor the report by filtering it, or you could just go in and use that report. It tells you what you filtered. You simply go up here, generate a PDF, and it will pop out as a PDF that you can then email to the customer or physically print out and take to a meeting if you want to.
Great. What about a situation where your platform doesn't quite have the report that the customer actually wants? Is there any way that they can customize their own reports, or maybe have you guys add them to the standards?
Yeah, so we've got a team here who do the bespoke work for our customers. We've got a whole load of additional reports here, so things like Pareto analysis and monthly cash flow statements. However, if there's something that you want that's not on there, we can work with the customer to bespoke that. So we've worked with customers around warranty return dashboards, very specific reports that are specific to their business or even their ISO system to pull that information out into the format that they need.
Okay, so that's really exciting for everybody because A, it's simple, B, it's easy to use, and I suppose C, it's readily available if the customer wants it and wants to start having a look at these things. So if you'd like to actually go along and have a click through, you can not only see the demonstration, but you could get onto a trial of the software and connect it to your real data. Would our customers have any difficulty in doing that, Mark?
No, it's very straightforward. We're offering a 2-week free trial for Thinc customers. It's very simple to get connected. It takes a minute to register the email address and off they go.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's great. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, Mark. We look forward to working with you and the team at Roveel, and we're hoping that all of our customers and future customers will get very excited with your technology and the reports that are available.
Fantastic. Thanks, Gary. Really appreciate your time.